guys, hope everybody's doing well. So I am at the end of my second paycheck for June, and I have now been doing my cash budgeting system for 4 weeks. So I kind of wanted to check in and see how I'm doing and just see how I've made out. You know what, guys? I'm happy. My goal for the last month was I wanted to get to the point where I was no longer living paycheck to paycheck, because one of my biggest issues was I didn't know where my money was going. So I was hoping that by the end of this I would have some money left in my bank account at the end of the month that I could allocate towards next month's funds. So I was able to do that. So what I was able to do at the end of this month was pull out enough that I had surplus in my bank account to fund my sinking funds and my revolving expenses for next month. So when I start this paycheck that went into my account today, I don't have to touch that for groceries, for spending, for my savings. And so I have now gotten myself to the point where I'm almost half a paycheck ahead, and I've done this in a month. The system's worked. I do feel that there was a few of my categories that I did not allocate enough money to. I had to borrow for myself a bit, but I really think that I figured that out, and I do have enough money now to allocate more to those sinking funds. So anyway, first thing I want to do here is I want to take a peek at my budget. So I'm just going to go over things extremely quickly. I had a rollover of $20 and an income of $2,056.17 for a total of $2,076. I kept track of all my expenses. I didn't have any additional expenses, but the only thing that I didn't count for is I did have some interest from my line of credit that came out. It was a little more than I expected, but that's okay. It was only $2.50. And I made all my payments on my debt, and at the end of the month I had $600.96 left at the end of all my expenses that I was able to pull out. So I pulled out this $700 and was able to put this to, I'll be using this to stuff my cash envelopes for next month. So I think that's how my system is going to work, is that I will be paying the variable expenses with the last part of this paycheck, and then that'll allow me to. So if something were to happen, I'm always half a month ahead. So that's really nice. I'm extremely happy about that, you guys. So yeah, sorry. Jade, are you done? You know, most people would worry about these kittens. I don't. Let them do their thing. My pen exploded on me this morning too. So I've got pink ink all over everything. All right, so what I want to do here is I want to take a peek at my sinking funds. We're going to look at how much I allocated and how much I have left. I do know that I drained a couple of these because I had some expenses that maybe I hadn't realized were going to, but I think part of it is I just haven't really been putting away enough. So I'm going to put away a little bit more this month. So we're going to start. So car and transportation. I just started this envelope, so I had put $10 in there, and we still have a closing balance of $10. So this is a change of 0. Clothing, I had a starting balance of $25, and I have $25 in here. So clothing, we had a balance of 25 for a change of 0. Fun, we had a starting balance of $20. This one here, my son wanted to go to McDonald's, so I used $10. So I have a remaining balance of $10. This one here, I do know I want to fund a little bit more because we're going into summer holidays. So we had a balance of 20, we have a rollover of 10, so we are minus $10 on this one. Health. Now this one here was a problem because I had a lot of unexpected expenses. So currently we have a balance, we started this one here with a balance of $40. And I currently have a balance of $20. So we have a balance of 20 for a change of $20. They are redoing my street in front of my house, guys. I don't know if you can hear that noise, but my golden retriever is having a heyday, a hissy fit here beside me. So if you can hear her, I apologize. She's just scared of the big steamroller that's currently passing in front of my house. All right, pets. I did have to pull from this one, so I had a balance of 30. And we have a remaining balance of $15. So yeah, you know, because I've only been paying into these sinking funds for 4 weeks, you know, and I think I had only put like $10 in some of them for the first little bit. I'm not really surprised here that these are not as funded as I'd like them to be. So we have a balance of 15 for a change of $15. Special occasions I did have to pull from. Now this one was one that I under budgeted for. Come here, Amber. It's okay. I had under budgeted for because I forgot that I have to buy for my stepdad for Father's Day as well. So instead of buying for one person, I had to buy for 2. So my starting balance on special occasions was 40. I spent $30 of this for a remaining balance of 10. Yeah, so this one here, I do know I have some expenses today, so I'll go over that when I redo my budget. So we have a closing balance of 10 for a change of 30. House essentials. I had to buy some stuff for opening our pool. We had a starting balance of 20. We have a remaining balance of $50, $70, $85. So this one here, I had to buy some bricks. I bought a mirror for our front hall, and I had to buy a few soap and those type of items. So we have a starting balance and then 85 for a change of $35. Okay, my camera cut out here. My alarm went off and my camera decided to cut out, so I'm gonna have to watch that. Anyway, so I did start a new sinking fund here for back to school. I haven't stuffed this one, so I won't add it to my total, but there we go. So I do know that I did under budget for some of these, but really I've just started stuffing. So it was a good starting spot. We're just gonna go with that, so. All right, so I'm gonna put my sinking funds back. So, you know, one of the things that I have decided to do is I decided that I wanted to be a little bit more purposeful in my savings. So I wasn't going to start a savings challenge, but you know, I decided to start one, you know, just to be more accountable towards putting some money aside that's, you know, maybe allocated towards like a high interest savings account, retirement, just some general money to have put away as a nest egg. So I am hoping to take a vacation, so some of this might help fund our vacation this year. We'll see, but I think that's kind of my goal. So what I'm going to do is I do have savings for holidays, for house renos, for emergency fund, but this is going to be kind of more of a general savings. But you know, I was thinking knowing me, I might be hesitant to put into this. I want to start a savings challenge, so I went and I got this little box, and I made 52 envelopes to put inside of it, and the totals on these envelopes range between $5 and $50. Being Canadian, we don't have change, so it's hard for me to do like a 52-week challenge with amounts like 27 unless I want my envelopes full of change, which I don't. So I kept these ones with our bill denominations. And yeah, so we're gonna see how far we go. My goal, I'm gonna pull 2 envelopes for sure each week, but I think I'll be able to pull more than that. So this will take me at maximum a year to finish, but I'm really hoping to be able to get it done maybe in about 6 months. So anyway, so last week I was able to put away a little bit. I have $200 in here that I put in that I had previously saved. So we're gonna just leave that. But we have 100, 200, 10, 20, 30, 40, oh, I counted wrong. 100, 200, 10, 20, 30, 35, 40. So we're gonna put this $200 back in the envelope. and we are going to pull some envelopes and stuff this $40 that I was able to save over the last 2 weeks. So let's start. I'm just going to see how many I'm able to pull. Let's see what looks like a good one. Let's go with this one here. So this one is $10. Oh, let's lay out my cash here. 10, 20, 30, 40. So we're going to start with a 10. My alarm on my phone keeps going off, and every time it does, my camera stops. So we're going to put that in here. Let's move it to this side. Okay, we can pull another envelope here. Let's go with this one here. Oh, another 10. So that's our 2 envelopes, but I'm going to keep going. Oops. They're going to be tearing up the street out in front of our house. It could be an interesting few days, so let's go with, oh, this one here is a 20. I was hoping to maybe pull a 5, but so we're going to put in 10, 15, 20. So I guess that is where I will be stopping. And we will add to this again next week. So, oh, that's going to be a really big envelope. Oh, well, I might see if I can find some change for that one. Yeah, you know what I'm going to do is that's going to be really, really thick in there. Let's see if we can, I'm going to pull, I do have my 20. I have a 20 here, so we're going to pull this. And I'm just going to do a quick little bill exchange here so that this envelope is a little bit less full. So I wasn't expecting to have three bill stuff to put in there. So we'll fold that one up. There we go. So we got 3 envelopes done this week, you guys, so that's awesome. All right, one more thing to do to close out my budget here. So the one last thing I wanted to do was I did take a look at my high interest savings account this month, and I have money just sitting there. So I wanted to be a little bit more purposeful with the money that I have in my high interest savings and allocate it to some different sinking funds. So I know I have a big expense coming up, you guys. I have to have my eaves troughs replaced. I've been quoted $500 for this, but I have set aside $1,000 just to be on the safe side. So what I'm going to do is I'm not going to put that money into the bank or take it out of the bank. I'm going to leave it in my high interest savings, but I'm going to use some placeholders and allocate it to some of my different long-term saving goals and my sinking funds. So I've made up some fancy little placeholders here. If anybody has any Canadian placeholders, I would definitely be interested in that. I just kind of printed off. So what I actually used here, I don't know if you can see this. This is the old $1,000 bill. These are no longer in circulation. I just found a JPEG of one. And then of course for 500, I'm using just Monopoly money. Hey, you gotta do what you gotta do. So I am going to allocate $1,000 to my home sinking fund. So this is going to pay for the eaves troughs that we are putting in, which was a kind of an emergency, but I'm going to allocate it here. So the $1,000 that's sitting in my high interest savings account will be allocated here. I will do a bill change out for this when those eaves troughs are paid for. If the amount drops under $500, I will pull that money out and add it into cash. And then when it goes over 500, I will put it back in the bank. So right now we are going to allocate $1,000 to our home essentials to pay for the eaves trough repairs that we need. So that is done. All right, so I have another $500 here that I am going to allocate to my savings. So I'll find my savings envelope here. Phone, debt, rainy day, Marcus. Oh, maybe I didn't pull that out. Oh, here it is. I was using this one earlier for my challenge. Okay, so for this one here, for savings, we are going to allocate $500. So in this envelope here, I have $500, $600, $700. 500 of that being in the bank at the moment. I'm going to eventually get some better placeholders, but I'm just kind of doing what I need to do here. So, okay. The next one that I'm going to allocate here is I'm going to put $500 in my rainy day fund. I did find out that I am going to have to be going for surgery in about 3-4 months, and I'm going to be off work for between 6 weeks and 2 months. So this money here, I do qualify for short-term disability, so 66% of my wages will be paid, but I do want to have enough money in this envelope by that time to cover one mortgage payment, because I do have enough sick time to cover the first 2 weeks, but and then the money that I'll get from short-term disability will cover my expenses, but I would like to have one mortgage payment saved up. So this will actually be my mortgage payment for that 1 month, which is about $600. So we're going to add $500 to rainy day, which now gives us a balance of $500 in the bank, $600, $700, $510. I think my placeholders are a little bit too big. I'm gonna have to trim those down. Okay. Now I have another 500 here, and we are going to add this one to travel because we are going to go to Disneyland this year, you guys. Come hell or high water, I'm going to Disneyland. So in travel at the moment, we have 500 in the bank, 600, 20, 25, 30. So 630, that is, that's our Disney tickets already. So, yeah, I'm almost there. I'm getting there, guys. All right. Well, thank you for joining me. I'm just going to put all of our envelopes away here. Thank you for joining me for my closeout. Overall, I think I did pretty well. Happy and anxious to see where the next couple months of budgeting takes me, guys. So anyway, have a great day. Talk to you soon.